Okay, so the funny thing about season one of MMPR is that there were a lot of original scripts that got cut out due to some stuff in the Sentai version, but unfortunately, they did what they could to try to make it more dramatic but serious at the same time. But this one is really interesting to me personally. In the early drafts of what would become the Green Candle, Rita seals Tommy's powers inside of her magic candle. This was back when Tommy was still being called Rocky. As the candle burns, so does his superpowers. When it does finally burns out, Xehanort told Tommy to pass on his dragon powers and shield to Jason, as happens in the aired episode. This was to be a remake of the Barai's death scene from Zyuranger, except it now takes place on the street in downtown Los Angeles. Now, the part where it says that it would have been taking place in down the street in California of Angel Grove, that would have been one of the most different scenes from Zyuranger, except Tommy doesn't die. Because in kid shows, they're not allowed to mention the word death, kill, die, or dead. You could just simply say that, their powers were destroyed. That's what they're known to be. I just wish that they could just stop being sensitive and just get creative and stop being afraid of using the word kill or die in the kids show. Look at Dragon Ball Z, for example. Back when it was airing in Toonami, even though they censor a lot of violence, they still said the word kill or die. Even once Noa's broke the rule, and I'm glad they did that. But we're talking about Tommy losing his Green Ranger powers and passing it on to Jason. This would have been a different scene, instead of dying in the beach like in Zyuranger when Barai passed away. This would have been in, down the street. It doesn't need to happen in the command center because that was one of the most iconic scenes in Power Rangers though. But if they really wanted to adapt this part in Zyuranger, it would have been done differently. Instead of Tommy dying, he could just pass on his powers to Jason while he's, about to go into shock or in a coma or something like that. This would have been handled differently, but Saban was too cheap to just learn how to take any risk, you know what I'm saying? So a nice bit of information is what would have happened if they did copy Zyuranger in the best way. But what are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments down below.